Hello, everyone. This is Maysha with As Long as You're Breathing. And we've been doing a spiritual awakening series this month in March. And so I want to talk to you a bit today about, well, the universal law of unconditional love and how what that really means is mutual respect. And, well, as long as we're breathing, if we want to be living in great big capital letters, this is the best way to do it. I promise you all. This is going to be an interesting episode.
As long as you're breathing, keep living. As long as you're breathing, keep living. As long as you're breathing, keep living. As long as you're breathing.
All right. Hey, you all. So I did not plan to go on today. I have a busy day ahead of me. I have been gifted with a birthday trip. My birthday is not until the end of next month, but a friend of mine, her birthday is the first of next month, and she is going on a trip this weekend. And so I have been gifted to go on that trip with her. So and I fly out tomorrow. And so I have to get ready. And so I am so very excited about that. But you know how it is, y'all. Whenever they give me something, I show up here and I give it to you all. So here I am. Hot tea, which of course won't stay hot because I'm going to be talking. But this is a really big topic. And it's one that I've actually innately known my entire life. Whenever it started unfolding for me, I'm like, I've always known this and always practiced this actually as a small child. Universal law is unconditional love. And that means we treat everyone with mutual respect. There's no one who's better than anyone else. And we certainly aren't. And we should treat everyone the way we want to be treated. I talk a lot about the fact that in the beginning there was energy, neither bad nor good, just energy. Yet I also talk about the fact that there are many of us who recognize that energy is conscious energy. Whenever we're doing meditations, I go ahead and I leap over to the part of addressing source. I go ahead and go over to the part of doing the thank yous and the thank yous and the thank yous. I go ahead and go over to the part of addressing the personification of the other multidimensional aspects of energy. I address the personification we have done of angels and archangels and dragons and fairies and the ascended masters, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You see, just energy, which is what all of us are, must follow the universal laws of energy. The fact that everything is protons, electrons, and neutrons, we all have to follow those laws. Therefore, it is not a game of chess. There is no God, source, divine being, sitting on a throne somewhere, looking down on us, judging us, moving us all around. There is no, you've been bad, and so you have to go back and live another life that's going to be on youth in Earth University, and you're going to have hardship, and you have to stay in the dense bad energies or be punished. None of that is remotely true. It all has to do with what vibrational frequency you're in, and you attract what you attract based upon that vibrational frequency. However, we are conscious energy. We are a tapestry. Some call it the matrix. I like to call it a symphony of unconditional love. The energy that we exist in is unconditional love, or or mutual respect. It's subdivided so that it could expand itself, so it could experience itself. Eventually, it decided that it wanted to be able to incarnate parts of itself into physical being so it could experience tactile consciousness. That's us. So each subdivision is a long, think of it as a column of light. Only so much of that column of light, only so much of that frequency of light can be embodied in this physical beingness. So that is why we are multidimensional. This light body has different dimensions to it. It is dimensionality, is dimensional. We can only embody so much of it. All right? So based upon the frequencies of it that we are embodying, that we are in, that is our levels of consciousness. So the higher aspects of it that are not embodied within us, we are to still be in touch with. That is the conscious aspect of energy. And then the other light bodies are the other dimensions of energy. That is what all of this is about. All of us are following universal law of energy, which means we are all of the light bodies, which we are embodying as much as we can based upon our frequency. All of us are having to follow these universal laws. Whatever we are putting out is what we are all attracting back. The lives, that's why we write these lives together consciously for these bodies to experience beautiful lives so that the energy reverberating out from us is high vibrational. So we are not emanating chaotic energy out into the symphony of the matrix of the universe. Because when we dipped down into the dense energy, we started reverberating out chaotic energy. But it's not a game of chess. The higher dimensionalities of ourself couldn't just reach down and fix it. It was universal law. That was the energy we were putting out. And we had disconnected ourselves from the higher aspects, the higher dimensions that knew how to get out of that dense energy. So until the planet got back up in a higher vibrational frequency, until we got to the point that we were overcoming the aspect of us, the dimension of us, the protective dimension of us, the ego, the brain, the mind, that had fallen prey to the belief system that we needed to disconnect ourselves from the higher dimension of ourselves and the other dimensions around us. There was nothing to be done. And we lost the aspect, the understanding of true unconditional love, the true functioning of the matrix we are in. We lost mutual respect. I've taught about how the Kundalini energy became misused and we became an aggressive species because of it. So that is really what all of this is about. So I'm not mixed up or confused when I say we are all energy. And yet at the same time, I talk about source. Source is the original universe, which became the original universe in the beginning was just energy. And when that was, Who knows? They certainly haven't channeled that to me. I don't think I could fathom it. Not this part of me. Now, the highest vibrational frequency of me certainly could. But the part of me that's embodied, no. But at some point, subdivision after subdivision after subdivision, there became consciousness. And now our universe subdivided. And we are at the vibrational frequencies of unconditional love. Conscious awareness of unconditional love, which is mutual respect. That is why I say the way we manage everything is, how do I want to be treated? Then I treat myself that way. Then I treat everyone else that way. And when we behave in that way, we will be listening to our heart. We will be unfolding the story we came here to. We will be plugged into our vibrational frequency. We will all raise up the planet to the vibrational frequency it's supposed to be in. And we will be living the symphony or the harmonious life we came here to have. All of our clairs will start coming online. We will transcend the protective dimension, which will then function the way it's supposed to. The brain is beautiful and brilliant. It is meant to protect us. Nope, been there, done that. That's dangerous. Don't walk off the cliff. Been there, done that. That's dangerous. Don't do that. And it will go back to doing its automatic functions of protecting us. It'll be able to remember things, learn things like it's supposed to. It won't be caught up in ruminating about things. It won't be caught up in preventing us from doing the things that our heart's lit up with. Think where our IQs will go. Think where our learning capabilities will go to when the brain can go back to doing all that it's supposed to do instead of being tied up in emotional rumination that is needless waste of energy. Think of the capacity of our thinking ability when the brain goes back to doing what it's designed to do. Gather useful information and use knowledge to then work with the heart, which can conceive of things. The brain stores knowledge that it gathers. The heart conceives of things, and the brain has the knowledge. Yep, I've got the knowledge for that. And then we can conceive of more and more things and expand consciousness the way we were meant to. Think of the things we are going to accomplish then. Think of the high vibrational way we are going to expand consciousness then. That is the way consciousness was designed to be expanded. And it's all unconditional love, mutual respect. We won't be hurting one another. We'll all be helping one another. And everyone will be getting that which they came here to get. Because I'm living the life I'm supposed to live, everyone will be living the life they're supposed to live. Sounds pie in the sky, sounds too good to be true. It's not. It is exactly the way it's supposed to be. And I know that I know that I know. I know. The stuff is channeled to me all the time. More and more channeled to me all the time. And yeah, am I a bear in a china shop who just comes online and tells you all? Yeah. But I'm not the only one, because more and more of us are becoming in our vibrational frequency of awareness. And more of us are saying it. And more of us will. Without fear. Because there's nothing to fear when it's the truth. There's nothing to fear. There's also nothing to fear when you're rejected. Rejection is redirection. Any type of rejection is redirection. And I want you to understand that. When we are rejected, we must not take it personally. Is it going to hurt? Yes. We are emotional beings, energy in motion. But we are more than emotional beings. We can transcend the fact that it hurts. Yes, the brain is going to say, told you so. We've been there, done that. See, it happened again. Yes, it did. But there's butterfly effect. That's still going on. Not everyone's in vibrational alignment. Yeah, you keep saying that, but still happened to us again. Yeah. But we still have to be getting ourselves more and more in alignment. And that's what we're going to do. Because the more we get into alignment, well, that person who hurt us, that person who rejected us, that's going to help them get into alignment too. And maybe it doesn't bring them into alignment, but that's how we get better. Even better. What? We can get something even better? Yeah. Okay, I'm listening. Even better sounds good. See, we don't argue with our ego. We get it on board. And this is how we get even better, folks. When you've been rejected, for whatever reason, it's a job, it's family, it's friends, it's the love of your life, it's your twin flame even, the other half of you. And again, the other half of you doesn't mean you have to have that other half to be whole and complete. We are all whole and complete in and of ourselves. But it's kind of hard to take when your twin flame rejects you, no doubt. This is the love that lights you up. They have the manual on you. We talk extensively about twin flame here because there are so many twin flames that are incarnate right now to raise the vibrational frequency of the planet. So any of these things, it's also hard to take when the job that lights you up rejects you too. So any type of rejection, when you get rejected, first, consider this. It might be protection. It might just be that you are being protected because they are not yet at the level of consciousness that you are. And so there might be some synchronicities going on there that have caused you to be protected. Other high vibrational energies can help when we are saying this or better. So if you are living your life where every day you're saying, help me do my best at this job. I want this. And you say the desire of your heart, but you say this or better. Then you are giving the higher aspects of yourself permission to guide you for better. Then you go to that job and it's not the place you belong. They can then guide you to behavior that may lead to the separation in that job. You have then freed them to do that. But you see, you are sovereign over this incarnation. So if you do not transcend the mind, and if you do not involve all of your multidimensionality, they cannot interfere because you are sovereign over the embodied energy of this lifetime. Yes, you came here and said, I will do this. But if you don't awaken to that and do it, then yes, in your free will, you are circumventing the free will that in your clarity, in your full understanding of things, you agreed to that was far, far better for you. And you're robbing yourself of the experience that is best for you and best for everyone else. But let's just say you are this or better. And you're allowing yourself to be guided so that you do behave in a way that for some reason causes you to lose that job. It could be a divine or higher dimensional intervention to protect you because it's not the best place for you. Or it could be someone else there is open to their higher guidance. And that's why you're being separated from it. And you don't know it. So there is divine intervention in that way. That is how the divine intervenes. Someone somewhere is saying, not my will, but yours. Sounds religious, but it's not religion. Surrendering sounds religious. It's not religion. It is understanding that all of us is not embodied. We are multidimensional. And all that we are is not embodied. And we are to use all of us. We're to be communicating with all of us and using our friends, our light being friends. Because we are all connected. We are a matrix. And no, we don't want to unplug from it. We want to plug into it correctly. We want to plug into it correctly. So, for whatever reason, that something doesn't go the way it was supposed to, whether it's butterfly effect and somebody somewhere doesn't do the right thing and so it doesn't go the way it should for you. Somebody isn't at the level of consciousness they should be, so they don't show up where they should. They don't treat you the way they should. They don't react to you the way they should. They don't give you the job they should. They don't be in the relationship with you they should. Whatever. Or it's a divine intervention. Your light buddy counterparts have got your back, or your higher self has got your back because you've surrendered to that. Whichever it is, you've been rejected. This is what you do. And I have taught this and taught this and taught this. I am not saying that you don't feel the feels. We are emotional beings, energy in motion. That is what we came here to do. That is why we embodied physical bodies, is to feel the feels. We came here to have a physical experience. So let's have the best damn physical experience we can have. And we don't do that by being stuck. But feel that feel. And if it's a bad one, if it's a dense energy physical feel, don't stay there, but feel it and then release it. But the family is so devastated. I worked so hard for that career. It was a 7-figure career and I've lost the job. I've shamed the family. I've shamed myself. I'm such a failure. No, you're not. Shit happens. And remember, it may be because you surrendered to it. Your higher self may have known this is the best thing for you. The light beings around you may have known it's the best thing. It may have been butterfly effect. The person that was supposed to have given you that promotion, they may have been at a level of consciousness where they didn't know they were supposed to. Who knows why? It doesn't matter. It didn't happen. Release it. Release it. It didn't happen. Feel your feels over it. But don't worry about what the people in the cheap seats are thinking. Let mama cry about it. Let daddy moan about it. Let sister bitch about it. Let your best friend tell you what a failure you are. Look them in the eye and say, no, I'm not taking any of that from any of you. And if that's where you're going to be with it, take it somewhere else. That's not what I need from you. And if that's who you are in my life, then no. The people that you're attracting to your life should be supportive of you. They should not be those things. Now, granted, they're feeling their feels too. So you give them a little leeway to feel their feels. But the people you're attracting into your life, they should be pulling themselves up and they should be releasing it too. And if they're not, then as soon as you release it and you do this part, you need to be editing your life and releasing them and attracting people into your life that are going to do what you're getting ready to do. Yeah. Sounds tough here, doesn't it? It's not. It's getting yourself into the vibrational frequency you're supposed to be in and having the life you're supposed to have. And when you do this, the people around you will do it, or they will stay in the vibrational frequency they're in until enough people are getting into the vibrational frequency they're supposed to be, and they will be so freaking uncomfortable. They will have to raise their vibrational frequency. Because the dissonant energy coming out, they won't be comfortable. They won't be able to stay in that low vibrational frequency. Nothing's going to match for them. You ever walked into a room where the energy was such that you're like, I can't stay in this room? Well, it can be low vibrational energy, or it can be such high vibrational energy that you just don't belong. Well, that's what's going to happen. So raise your vibrational frequency and don't hesitate. So release that energy. Transmute it. Raise your vibrational frequency up. Don't get into, what did I do wrong? What could I have done better? How was I lacking? Don't get into any of that. Don't get into any of that. Release it. Raise your vibrational frequency up to what it should be. Transmute that energy. Have complete compassion for everyone else involved, including yourself. Forgive everyone and everything about it, because unforgiveness is the lowest vibrational frequency you can be in. And you're like, but I didn't do anything. Forgive yourself anyway. You had some role in it. You stayed in the job too long. Maybe you should have left the job months ago. Maybe you had an opportunity months ago to leave. And that was the universe trying to show you, look here, we're going to give you an opportunity to get out of there, because we can see that this isn't the place for you. You're not seeing it, but we see it. We see that that person is not going to do for you what they should do. So we're giving you an opportunity to leave, but you're not listening. So you miss it. We're showing you should change your WhatsApp number because Facebook's kicked you out, and they're going to kick you out of WhatsApp too now. And you're not seeing it. So oops, now you can't use WhatsApp either because you didn't see that we were trying to get you to change your WhatsApp number. Yeah, I could be telling you something that happened to someone I know. Yeah. Yeah, folks. So forgive everything. Forgive it all. Holding on to any unforgiveness of any type against yourself, against anyone, even if they did do something to you, holding on to unforgiveness isn't going to change it. You're not going to change it. I'm not saying let them do it again, but forgive it nonetheless. I'm not saying let them back into your perimeter. You're not going to attract them back in because you're getting ready to go so high vibrational here. They're not going to be comfortable. Your perimeter is going to be such that when they cross it, it's not going to be comfortable for them. Because you're going to have that perimeter that's going to be like, whoa, this doesn't feel good. And if they are brazen enough to keep traversing your perimeter, then you're going to go into, hold on a second. You're in my perimeter and you're not supposed to be. So my true self-care is now I do use a boundary because I don't let people come across my perimeter like that. If you don't have mutual respect for me and you're crossing my perimeter that way and you are a dissonant energy, then yes, I will put up a boundary and you will honor it. Because that is how I show up in the world. It's what I would expect someone else to do to me if I was dissonant energy in their world. And that's how this works, folks. Okay? So, Transmute that energy. Forgive everything. Call your energy back to yourself. Release it all. Make new energetic bandwidth now in your life for what's coming. Then envision it. What do I want to feel? How do I want to be? What do I want to experience? Go into the third eye. Put it out there. Put all that energy out there. Then pull it back into yourself. Ground it. Then tell the universe this or better. You did the universal law part. You put it out there. You went outer dimensional to do it. You went beyond yourself to do it. That's third eye work. Then you pulled it back in and you grounded it. So you've got that place to go back to if you start having societal programming and all that stuff pull you back. Well, you know, you lost that last job. No. We're not doing that. I grounded that. I know where to come back to. Okay? So all that's universal law of energy. And then we get into the conscious awareness of it. The fact that we are more than just what's embodied. And we have light bodies around us that want to help us too. And we said this or better. And then we allow them to help us too. So our rejection just went to redirection. And because we said this or better, we can now have even better than what we had before. And we can have even better than what we wrote for ourselves. Because we just freed conscious energy up to give us even better. We are plugged into our vibrational frequency. And then they can look and they can say, oops, well, everybody zigged and zagged there the wrong way. And oh, look here though. The zig and zagging here means we can take her and we can direct her here. And oh, that's going to turn out even better for her. And your rejection just leads to redirection. It gets you even better. And that's how it works, folks. And I am positive of that. And I was channeled some stuff about twin flame yesterday. That, well, this is out there. But the twin flame community needs to know this. A lot of this has been channeled to me over a period of time. And I've been a while processing it. They've been giving it to me in bits and pieces because it's been a lot to process. I've told you that the universe subdivides so that it can experience itself and that we are columns of light. Well, then these columns of light subdivide again, and that's the twin flames. Well, the column of light right next to you, the only reason that's not your twin is because that's not how you subdivided. So the column right next to you is your parallel. That is the strongest soulmate for you. So if your twin rejects you, we have the issue of the non-resonant energies with the sacral chakra. That is a very true issue. It prevents manifesting correctly. It lowers the vibrational frequency. But your parallel, the closer that light being is to you in the subdivisions of the universe, the less dissonant that energy is. Your parallel, that soulmate, you will be directed to that soulmate or the closest soulmate there is. In our twin flame story that we covered all last month, and The person talking about how her first love, she had not been able to get over that person for over 40 years until she met her twin flame. That person was her parallel. That was channeled to me last night. Sometimes it was shown to me parallels are actually more compatible, more drawn to one another than the twin is. Not always, but sometimes. Or sometimes they're just as drawn to one another. Or sometimes they haven't encountered the twin, so they're so drawn to the parallel until they meet the twin, which is what happened in her case. She was as drawn to the parallel as she would have been the twin. To her, it was her twin until she met the twin. And then the parallel did not have that effect on her any longer because she'd finally met the twin. But the twin has seemingly rejected her. But the parallel is not for her either. But the next over is a soulmate, and the next over is a soulmate, and the next over is a soulmate. And if you go all the way out, you're getting to very dissonant energies. But there are energies that are not totally dissonant. Now, ideally, you are meant to be with the twin energy. And that is the goal. And if you are here with your twin, that is what the contract is written for. That is what you agreed to do. But there is butterfly effect. You can be rejected. There will be redirection. You say this or better. You work on you. You see, when we release, when we forgive everything, when we transmute those energies, when we do our true self-care, when we say, how would I want to be treated? And we treat ourselves that way. And we put that energy out there. What would I want to feel? How would I want to be? What do I want to experience? And we put that third eye energy out. And we pull that back in and we ground it. And then that is how we live our day-to-day lives. And we do that self-care every day. And that's the energy we're putting out. We are in our vibrational frequency. We are doing our true self-care. And by universal law, you will attract to you, one way or the other, either that which rejected you or a redirection, either the rejection or a redirection. And you will have an amazing life. It's universal law. And if you will open yourself up to this or better, conscious energy will make damn sure you get better because of unconditional love. Plug yourself into that matrix of unconditional love where you belong. Respect yourself that way and put that respect out there, and it will come back to you. I guarantee you. This is the way it's meant to be. I'm positive of it. And this is how we live, love, and laugh. And any other L word you can come up with, that's good, in great big capital letters, as long as we're breathing. Have an amazing day, you all.